Hey everyone, Andrew here, and I am replacing my graphics card today, which that's pretty exciting. In the computer build I have right now, it's a 750 Ti, and I'm replacing it with a 1060, which is way better than the 750. I've even used computers with I think it's like a 950, and then I even used a computer with a 1050 Ti, and the 1050 Ti does like all games with either the best graphics or very high graphics, and that's with almost the same specs as the 750 Ti, which is crazy how just almost the same specs do way better. And then the 1060 is way better than the 1050 Ti. So I'll go into specs later in the video. The 1060 is way better than the 1050 Ti. So this card, I should be set for a long time. It's also a lot cheaper than anything else. So it's like way better than a 1050 Ti, but it's also relatively cheap. So I got it for $240 on Newegg, and the next step up from the 1060 is, well, 1070 or a 1066 gig, which doesn't matter. The RAM doesn't matter. So I got the 3 gig, not the 6 gig. The 1070 is way better than the 1060, but it starts at like $400 or $500, and it's like, no. If a 1050 does everything I need it to do, a 1060 should be perfectly fine, and a 1070 is just way too much money. First, we need to turn off the computer. Shutting down. Thank you, computer. Alright, so here it is, the 1060. There's the back, and okay, let's get into it. So we flip it up, and you can't see it that well because reflections. It's in the anti-static case, but you can see it. There we go, it's another one from Gigabyte. So we gotta go grab the computer. Let's open her up. Put her on her side there. There we go. And then we can just undo the thumb screws here. And voila. Put those over here. And then, ta-da! Welcome back to the inside of the computer. So you want to make sure you are grounded. So what's nice about this case is just by touching the case, you are already grounded and you don't have to worry about shocking the computer. Okay, so we are going to take out this cord in the graphics card here. There we go. And then we're going to be using that, so I'm going to set it over there. Man, this thing's all dusty. So after you take the cord out, you want to get yourself a screwdriver because you need to take out these screws right here. And so then you get yourself them unscrewed and put them somewhere for safekeeping that's not going to get stuck in the motherboard anywhere or anything. And then you take them out there. And then you're going to want to pop the pin open. So like on this one here, you pop it open like that. You're going to do it on this one. So you pop that open, and then you get to take it out. But you just kind of want to shift it around a little bit, make sure it's loose, ready to pop out, and make sure your thing's down. And there you go. And now you have yourself a graphics card out of the computer. And then you want to put that somewhere where it's not going to get shocked either. And the little HDMI thingy came out, so I'm going to put that back in. So you take your new graphics card and some scissors that are grounded, and make sure you're grounded, because as soon as this exits the anti-static bag, then it can be shocked, and you don't want that, okay? So then you're going to cut into it somehow. Get your card up. There you go. Beautiful card. This one even has a back plate. Just look at it. You want to take off your PCIe thingy and put that somewhere. Just toss it anywhere. Then you're ready to put it in. You make sure your slot's open still. Get your cables out of the way. Yep. This cable, why it's going across the motherboards, because it's too short to go underneath or anything. Okay. So you want to align it up with those slots and align the other pieces in. Align your pins in. Which I now get this cord out of here. Okay, so my pins are in. Yep, and then you want to push until, yep, you hear that click there. And now it's in. And now you want to grab your screws that you had. You have your screws, and then you want to put them back in here. Then I'm gonna tighten it up with a screwdriver just a tiny bit, just to take some of the weight of the graphics card off of the motherboard and onto the case, and to make sure it doesn't move. So you take your cable and you make sure you're holding it open and you put it in the right way, all the things are aligned right, and snap. There you go. Now you have power in there. You're good. Then you have to plug it in and do drivers. Turning on. Yes. Yes. Nope. It's on. I didn't even have to do anything and it worked. Update driver. Search. Searching, downloading drivers. Oh, yes. Yes. Windows 10, you're the best. I just sit here and wait. Installing drivers. It's doing something. Hello? What's it gonna say? Windows is finished installing the drivers for this device. Okay, now we need to test a game. I'm gonna get into Subnautica because that's a game that I couldn't play at all because of my graphics. And then I'll test a bunch of other games too. And we can up the graphics of everything, and all the games are gonna look so nice and everything, and it's gonna be great. Yeah. It's loading. It's loading. It's loading. Oh, it works. Hi, 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 hi. It works. It works. Yes. Look at that graphics. Yes. Okay, another game. Okay, Beam's launching. I've never been able to play this game either, and it looks like it works. I put all the graphics up to the highest, and it looks fine to me so far. Next game. PlanetSide has to update, so we'll be back to that in a minute. I'll try something else first. We got Fortnite updating. Over here, we also have World Warship. So we have PlanetSide here. and on best graphics, and it runs perfectly fine. Look at these things right here. These are the GPU temp on MSI, and it came overclocked, so it's running at 1.9 gigahertz and at 1 volt, and we are at a steady 47 degrees Celsius, and idle's like at 31, and max that it got up to during just this short test is 53. Oh, now it's going up to 48. Might have to not overclock it, but man, look at that. That's awesome. So we fired up World of Warships on the highest graphics, and it looks like it's working fine. And over here, right now it's at 55, which is the highest it's gotten. It is overclocked to almost 2 gigahertz. You can see that max there. But it's only at 70% usage. That's like nothing. Get all the dust on the old graphics card. That's just gross. Need to clean that more, holy cow. Fortnite looks like it's running fine on good graphics. Over here, it's still 83% usage, which that's impressive right there. And then, yeah, all that stuff looks pretty good to me. So I'm on the Newegg website, and I want to show you the difference between the two. Here we have the 750 Ti. This is an equivalent of the one I have, except mine's a 4 gig, 1 gigahertz of speed, and 640 cores, and 128-bit, and it's a 4 gig. Here we have the 1050 Ti. I just grabbed a random EVGA one, and this one here has 1.3 gigahertz, 768 cores, 4 gigs, and 128 bit. So it's the same bit rate, the same RAM, 100 more cores, and 0.3 gigahertz more, and apparently that makes all the difference, those like extra 100 cores and 0.3 gigahertz. And then we have the one that I got right here. This one is 1.6 gigahertz, 1,200 cores, 3 gigs, and 192 bit. So it's higher bit rate, higher speed, and almost twice as many cores. So it's way better than the 1050 Ti even. That's why I got this one, and that's $240 right there versus 200, and this one that I think I got for around 100, maybe 120. If we jump on over to the next up, a 1070, look, 500, 550, 460, 550, 5, 5, 5, 500, 640. Oh, that's a Ti. That's a 1070 Ti. That's 640. That's 570 for a 1070 Ti. So a 1070 Ti sale 460, or starting at 570 and going up to 640. That's crazy. And then let's look up a 1080 Ti just for fun, starting at 770, 830, $1,000. That's absurd. And if you do SLI, double that, because the 1080 Ti's can only do two-way SLI, but still, that's insane. Who's gonna spend $2,000 on a stupid graphics card when you can buy something that will play any game at the highest graphics for $240? So I'm probably gonna underclock it, like just make it not overclock just in case, but it should run everything fine. And I have a question that I want to answer. I want to throw in the 750 as a secondary and see what happens. Let's do it. So you see, I put the second one in right there, and let's see if it works. Well, it has power. Let's go check. It's booting up right now, and then we'll see. Oh boy. I should say too, this isn't two-way SLI. They're completely different cards, so you can't do SLI with it. They're just two graphics cards in the same computer. So who knows if they'll even talk to each other and work stuff out or not. But right now I have the primary monitor hooked up to the primary graphics card and the secondary monitor up to the second graphics card. I really don't know what it's doing because right now it's a black screen. So it might not even be working. Yay, we love that. Nope. It's not working. This is actually the second blue screen that I've seen, and the last one was actually a different error. It was a different code, so I don't know. It's not gonna work though, dang it. But that's fine. The 1060 runs plenty fine. It is amazing. Gonna have to take that out. Whatever, go pack it up for storage for backup. Yay. That's gonna do it. New graphics card. Everything's gonna look great now. Videos are gonna have way better graphics in games. I think it's gonna be great though. So, yeah. And someone in the comments, they were saying, like, of the vlog when I was building this computer a year ago, they're like, the graphics card's a little old. And it's like, well, here's to ya. A 1060. It's so much better, and it shows that gamers don't have to pay an arm and a leg to get a 1070 or 1080 or a 1080 Ti that costs $1,000, and you don't have to do SLI to get good game graphics. The only reason I think you would need like a 1080 or SLI or like 4-way SLI or anything is for one, if your video editor actually uses the GPU like Premiere Creative Cloud, which I don't have, or if you're doing animations and 3D modeling like Blender all the time, like big workstation company stuff like that. But I think besides for those two things, you do not need anything crazy like that. So the 1060 works amazing. Don't buy into the lies that just a game and just to play Fortnite you need a 1080. You don't. I'm excited for it now. And I'm excited for how the B-roll's gonna turn out too, because it was like one-handed camera, one-hand light, or I put a light on my chair and was moving the chair around and having it stand up and move all over. I hope you have a good day and that you enjoyed it. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.